There's and all of a sudden a lot of talk about two high safeties and whether they should be out there. And there was actually a suggestion on national television today that maybe they should ban two high safeties and make at least one of you closer. How do you feel?
Wait, what?
So the idea is because there's so much less deep passing right now because there's so much more to high safety that maybe the rules have to be changed. So
Yeah, hey, that's crazy, Hey, the rules already changed so much, in the offense's favor. I don't know what else you need to ask a defensive player to do. So hopefully that doesn't become a rule.
When you have a game like last week, it felt very vintage Budda. Did it feel in the moment that you were doing all the things, or does it feel like any other game for you? Did it not feel any?
Honestly, for me, it kind of just feels the same. Feels the same. For me, it's like when you think of vintage, you think of like old. So for me, it's like, I've been doing it for a long time, but I just try to, play my game, and when my number's called, just make the play. And, certain situations, my number was called, and I just try to do my job and, ultimately help the team win. So that's what it's all about, So, yeah, that's what it's about. No, you're good. You're good.
When a game like that is going along, and then as you look at it afterwards, you almost say, man, you wish you could bottle that up, and which we know is impossible to do it like that all the time. But what's your just overall thought on the defense in that game?
Yeah, overall thought, watching the film, of course, see a lot of guys flying to the ball. A lot of players, doing their job at a high level, and ultimately just trusting each other and, taking it one play at a time. And that's kind of what guys did, That's the second time, that our defense has been together. So it definitely has, felt like we have got better from the week before. And that's what it's all about. It's just taking it one day at a time, one game at a time, and try to, hopefully continue to just get better and continue to trust each other, continue to, do our job at a high level. So, of course, it still was a, good game. That, as soon as that Monday hit, we watched the film, and now we're on to the Lions. And, another great team. Of course, NFC opponent, and, very excited to go against them.
Challenge like that, how quickly do you have to refocus from feeling good after the way you played last night?
Yeah, of course, you got to refocus on that Monday, So personally, you feel good about yourself that Sunday of the game. And then, of course, Monday, it's getting the corrections that you could have got in the game. And then ultimately getting on to the Lions. That's the last thing you want to do is feel good about yourself and, be lackadaisical and the next week or the next days into working and grinding. So, we try to, flush that out. It's a new week, new game plan, going against new players, new scheme, and, just do the best of our ability of, understanding the game plan.
Dennis said that this was probably his favorite defense that he's played in. You've been here around a similar amount of time as him. How do you process the talent level and just what you've been able to do as this group 2 weeks in?
Yeah, definitely think that, I agree with Dennis. Of course, the players all around, of course, we love to work. We love to, live in the present and understand the days of, first, second down, third down, red zone, 2-minute, all those things. We just love the preparation. And, that's what I really like about this team, about this defense. No one ever gets too high, too low. We try to take it one play at a time, good, bad, or indifferent, flush the next play, and just continue to play football. And no matter where the ball is put down on the field. So that's definitely, for me, being, here 8 years is definitely exciting and, very happy, but just going to continue to grind, take it one day at a time, and, let everything else take care of itself.
A couple of the guys yesterday in the locker room described this game as a dogfight. What is it about a matchup maybe with the Lions team that makes it a quote-unquote dogfight?
Yeah, Lions team, a very high motor team, very violent team. both on offense and defense and special teams, and that's what we like to, applaud ourselves to be as well. So it's violence versus violence, and, high motor versus high motor. So, of course, that dogfight word is going to be about. And, you see it on the film. Their offense does a great job. They got a great O-line. They run the ball with Gibbs and, of course, Montgomery. And they try to, smack you in the mouth and then, of course, get some boots in there, some drop-back passes. But, they live off of that motor and high violence, and, kind of so do we. So it's definitely going to be exciting going against, of course, a very good team and, just the next step in our process.
How is your communication, because you mentioned that this is only the second time that you've played with this defense as a whole, how has the communication with the young cornerbacks evolved with you in the safety room?
Oh, man, it's so easy. The communication is, of course, that off season that we had together as a group, just understanding, defenses as a whole, not just understanding our defense, but understanding the concepts of, certain coverages. So it was very good for those guys to understand that, because usually in the season, it's kind of like, all right, corners, this is what happens. That's really it. Corners are kind of in their own world, but that off season definitely helped, letting them understand like what the coverage concepts mean, where your help should be, where help shouldn't be. The communications with us, of course, has gotten a whole lot better. So it's definitely exciting to be able to just line up and see the formation and let me make my call out to the corners. They tap off and, time to lock in. Whether that's if they motion, we'll get to our different calls, but they're always looking for that communication. And then ultimately when that ball snapped, we're all locked in and we're trying to do our job. So very easy to communicate with all those guys, young guys, Star, Max, of course, SMB, but it's very easy to communicate with those guys.
You've had a couple of games with Matt Wilson, senior. What seems like he brings a lot of energy out there. What about his game do you appreciate?
I appreciate the violence he plays with each and every play. One play at a time. He does his job at a high level, but when you watch the film, he doesn't matter who it is. It could be a center, it could be a guard, tackle, tight end, running back. He's trying to go through your face, and teams know that, and he doesn't care. He's going to continue to do that. So the violence he plays with, and just the motor he plays with as a whole, is definitely special. Him and K. White are great together because they both have that ability to be violent and to ultimately impose their will on guys and players. So that's definitely something special to have as a linebacker crew.
It's only 2 weeks in terms of the specific numbers, but you guys are in the top 5 on third down defensively. Is that how much? What do you attribute some of that to? And is there maybe a little added focus on that down? Hey, third down, you really got to focus.
Of course, we don't really see those type of numbers. We just try to get them into second and pass, and when they get into second and pass, get them to third and pass. Me being a DB, I like when they pass on third down. So just taking it one play at a time. We always talk about winning first down. Of course, you win first down, second down, most likely is going to be a pass. And then third down could be, both. But if you're third and medium, a lot of times in this league, they're going to pass the ball. So, I would say that we don't really pay attention to it. We kind of just play football and, just try to win the game. That's the name of the game, is to win. So if they are freaking 9 for 11 on third down and we win the game, of course we wanted them not to be 9-11, but we won the game. So that's what matters.
How do you practice violence without getting beat up during the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, you can't practice violence, of course. We take care of our teammates, and, you can't practice it, but you can envision it and picture it in your mind, whether that's when you're getting to the football, getting into your right, tackling form that you're going to do, but then tag off. That's what we like to talk about as well. When the ball carrier has a ball, of course, you got the guys to punch the ball, but you also have the guys to get to the ball and tag off in the appropriate angles they need to tag off in. And then, of course, on Sunday, that's when we let it loose. So just being able to envision it and practice with not hitting, but envisioning hitting, that's something that we do a lot.
revealed that he likes the trash talk during practice. Can you describe it a little bit? Give us a grade for Nick Wallace's trash talk.
Oh man, he might be lying to y'all. I don't. He doesn't really talk smack to me, or I don't really see him talking smack. But if he is, of course, I'll probably spill it back to him. But he's pretty laser focused every practice, so he's messing with y'all on that one.
St. Brown is pretty clearly one of Goff's favorite targets. He was targeted 19 times last week against the Bucs. What have you seen on film on St. Brown and what it's going to take to eliminate him, the way you guys did with Cooper Kupp last week?
Yeah, St. Brown is a great player, a guy who can run the whole route tree. Of course, is their slot receiver, but they put him out on various different things, and he might be in the backfield sometimes, in slot, at X, at Z. So all around great player, and a player that, of course, we got to understand where he is on the field. And it's just ultimately just whatever Nick calls, just doing our job, trying to do our job, and taking it one play at a time, because St. Brown is a great player, but their offense is a great offense. So it's about understanding our rules and, bringing our rules to the field as soon as we get the play calls in. So, yeah, definitely excited to go against him for sure.
On a personal level, do you get a little more excited when you're playing a quarterback who typically isn't as mobile and is probably going to throw the ball maybe a little more?
I would say, yeah. Just to be honest with you, going against a QB who, can run but doesn't really run is, as a DB, you expect to be in those windows and want to be in those windows. And, with running quarterbacks, you can be in the window, but he can still, break off an explosive running the ball. So, hopefully Jared Goff doesn't have those type of running explosive plays, but, he can run. And we understand he doesn't really run, but, who knows? They can run. But we're just going to go about our rules and take it one play at a time, understand whatever plays Nick gives us, to understand the strength and weaknesses of them, and just play ball.
What stands out with the Jameson Williams game?
Say that again?
What stands out with Jameson Williams?
Oh, he's great. Fast, very fast. Can run the whole route tree, of course. I would say the speed and the athleticism that he has when he catches the ball, he can, get a lot of yak, and that's definitely something that we understand and know. And he's a great player. He has the whole route tree in him. He can run everything, and he's probably about $180. So we understand that change of direction is very good. So yeah.
Which is running quarterbacks. When you saw Kyler and Elijah on the touchdown last week, were you at all happy that you didn't have to defend it on a play like that? What do you think of yourself, Kyler, do that?
Oh man, I was just watching and just as a fan, just purely just seeing him get through on those D linemen and still have his eyes forward to be able to throw that perfect pass. That's who K1 is, and I don't expect anything different from him. So I've played with K1 for a few years now, so I understand the capabilities he can do. And for me as a teammate, it's just I love watching him be able to do all those things. Of course, you don't want him to have to do that, but when he can do that, of course, inside the pocket, outside the pocket, he can make all those throws. And I'm glad I'm not going against him.
Thanks, Budda.
Thank you.
Thank you.